wonder why your heroes get stuck at? I think the majority of the people don't wonder, but we're talking about the follow bottleneck. Why you cannot level your heroes faster. Now, yes, you're going to need a lot of heroes first of all, and you're going to focus over the quality heroes. This is, you know, it's not big secret. You're going to focus over the heroes that's going to help you in the progression, in your campaigning, in treasure hunt, whatever, or the arena. Even the top players are hitting the follow wall, and here's why it's such a big deal. Now, by follow, I can actually, right now, I even need one follow for one of my heroes to be leveled up, and this is the Achios. I actually use him in the arena. A lot of people don't think he's that good, but still, he needs this follow. A legendary station material that can be found in the treasure hunt and the chrono shop. Now, for the people who don't know what is chrono shop, just to mention that this is basically from your summoning portals in the down right corner you have this chrono shop, but it needs something like 6,000 to actually buy it. I don't think this is not achievable. I think it's achievable, but the majority of the follow is going to come from your treasure hunt. Of course, there's going to be from here, sometimes you're going to see that you're going to have rewards like follow. If you open the second one, Journey of the Titanic, you're going to get one extra follow. I think so far it's just one here, but yeah, you can get one follow from here, but there is just not many places where you can get some follow. Also in the treasure hunt, for the people that still don't know, because you know the majority of my audience is end game players, but if you see, you know, if you start going over the treasure hunt, you're going to see that you're going to receive as a reward one follow. Sometimes it's something like 2 when you complete. Here is 2. Going further, maybe the last one is going to be way more, like Grandmaster 1. Here is like 6, and Grandmaster 2 is having this station material that is not actually follow, but in the Grandmaster 1 you're going to get like 6 follow when you complete. I mean, this is the first time completion, first time when you complete it, you're going to receive follow. Now, why it's important? Because for me, it's absolutely crazy bottleneck. This thing was actually stopping me from the development, but yeah, lately I become extremely active in Heroes of History Epic Empire, I'm not gonna lie, and the follow just start coming. But I speak with other players that they have this fear. On level 100 the follow become very hard to get. Now, I don't have a hero that is level 100. My Medusa is level 57. Soon is going to hit level 60. I wonder what is going to be needed for level 60, by the way. It's going to need like 2 follows. So you see how the things is around this follow thing. I was needing just the arena station material that you can buy. This is extremely cheap and it's not an issue, but the follow for majority of the players is going to be a problem. Now, by speaking with some of the oldest players, by the way, you can join in my Discord if you want to speak with me about some specific topic about Heroes of History. You're going to find link in the description below. And what I know from there is like you can upgrade per week 1.5 heroes through level 100, and this is per week. 1.5 heroes, basically hero and half per week to be level 100. And something else that they mentioned to me is the follow income is limited from 6 to 8 max per week with the shops. Now, we saw the upgrade, the first time reward from the treasure hunt is going to give you 6 follows, and you know you're going to receive it if you finish that. But after this, I'm not quite sure how much it's going to be, because right now I have finished it, the Rocky 2. Maybe I should be better to go for the Apprentice one, but I decided to go in the Rocky 2 because I was not so sure how active I'm going to be, how much heroes I'm going to level, and etc. But I don't have any more this first time completion reward, so this is higher rewards that I can actually receive, and I'm not so sure how much follows I can actually get. For sure I'm going to get one if you for the first time you finish this one, but yeah, later I'm not quite sure how the dynamics are there. But yeah, for the first rewards you're going to receive follows, that's great, but later, even with the shops, the majority of the people are saying is between 6 and 8 follows per week. And why this is actually an issue, let's talk about that. Because you know, you can actually you can get follow and build some good team. Why this is actually an issue that the follows are not that many, even though that you're using basically the majority of the time we are using the same heroes. And this is for treasure hunt. Now treasure hunt, to actually go for the Grandmaster 2, this is one of the reasons. Of course there is many reasons, but I think you can pretty easy build like one team. But for the Grandmaster 2 you actually need 30 heroes. Why is you need 30 heroes? There's like 5 heroes per team, so you need 6 teams. And the reason is exhaustion duration 5. So when you use one team, you cannot use it in the next 5 battles. So you have to have like 5 teams prepared to fight there. So you see where the issue comes. You just need so much heroes. And for the Grandmaster 2, for example, you're going to need strong heroes. This is basically the worst difficulty in the treasure hunt. So you're going to need all of these heroes to get these juicy rewards. Look at these rewards. I mean, this is the first time completion, first time to complete it. You get 35 of these mastery points, which is needed for the heroes upgrade of the skills and etc. Of course, there's going to be some cosmetics, but for the endgame players, the follows are becoming an issue. For the beginners to get a follow, because from the Chrono Shop you just have to get some duplicates, I mean duplicated heroes. Even if I go right now and make one summon, I'm not quite sure I'm going to receive Chrono. I'm going to make one summon just for the video and for one quest and see what I'm going to get. I don't think it's going to be a legendary, but I hope it triggered the Chrono Shop. Okay, I still need Herman. Absolutely great tank for treasure hunt. A lot of people underestimate him, but he's a good one. He heals himself and etc. But yeah, you're going to need these things. Chrono crystals can be used or purchased item in the Chrono Shop. They can be get from summoning fully awakened heroes. So you need fully awakened heroes to be able to get this follow here. And the beginners just don't have that many heroes. They don't have awakened heroes. And here is the other thing. Even if you have awakened heroes, most likely it's going to be 2 stars, very rarely 3 stars if you're at the beginning. And it's not giving that many chrono crystals to actually get this follow. It's very hard, I'm not gonna lie, for the beginners and for the end game players. Now for middle game players, I cannot actually say I'm actually middle game player, but for me right now the follow is not that issue, because maybe because I'm doing Rocky 2 and when I go to apprentice I have to actually build one more team that I'm working on, because in the treasure hunt, if you see, if I jump from Rocky 2 to apprentice 1, the exhaustion duration is 2. Here is 1. So I'm going to need 3 teams that I'm currently working on, and I'm going to use these 3 teams to go for apprentice 1, apprentice 2, because exhaustion duration is 2 again here. For the veteran become 3 and etc. So I think this is one of the main places where the people need more follows. The treasure hunt. For the arena, I think the top players are using specific heroes. For the arena, best in SWAT, like we gamers like to say best in SWAT hero, best in SWAT item. You're going to see close to the same teams in the higher ranks. But yeah, this is a topic for other video. But still, you're going to just need like 5 heroes for the arena. There is no exhaustion time, and yeah, It's mostly for treasure hunt. So I think yeah, this is an issue that is relevant for the beginners. It's relevant for the end game players, and even for mid game players like me, because right now I'm still working, you know, over the heroes to be leveled up. I think right now I'm going to awake him like 5 times. Oh, it's just 4 times. 15 focus, very nice. But yeah, we're going to need follow. Let me know what you guys think about the follows. Do you think the game should increase the amount of follows we're receiving? Of course, everybody are going to need more and more. This is normal and something that I noticed. But do you think it's a fair the amount of follows that we are receiving, or you think that the follow can be should be increased? So yeah, I guess this will for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Share your opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new here. Yeah, I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.